Hello everyone, hope you're doing fantastic. This is Faizan Ansari, a digital marketing professional with a decade of experience working with brands, startups, and SMEs. And today I'm going to talk about content marketing strategies, specifically for social media channels. In my last video, I have already spoken about how to build an effective presence on social media channels, and I had promised that I will come up with an amazing video that will guide you not only to understand content marketing or content strategy, but to give you a complete overview of how to build a solid content strategy using a very simple 5 pointer framework. So grab a cup of coffee, stay tight, because this is going to be a little lengthy video where you are going to learn a lot of amazing insights on how to build a proper or a solid content strategy for your brand or your business. If you're a blogger, if you're a business owner, if you are a social media consultant, if you are an influencer, if you are someone who wants to build his presence online, you can definitely follow this and you will be able to implement it in step by step way. So the number one thing that you need to be looking at while creating a content strategy is who exactly this content is for. You need to ask this question to yourself. Who are you going to communicate to? Who is your target audience? And when we say target audience, when we have to define target audience, one of the best ways to define your target audience is creating a buyer persona or a target persona. Now, target persona or a buyer persona is actually a personalization or personification of a target group. Let's say, for an example, you have three different target audiences or three different target groups, and that depends on the age group. I'm just giving you for an example. So you have 24 to 30-year-old, you have a little matured audience from 30-year-old to 40-year-old, then you have elderlies from 40 plus and up to 60. You can define these, but all you have to do is you have to give it a name. So when I'm talking about, let's say, 20 to 30-year-old person, I will give it a name. Okay, so Suresh Karvande is my target persona, for an example, who is a 30-year-old who works in IT and who does this and that. So how you are going to create that persona, that as well I'm going to talk about in a very simple way. You have to do demographic segmentation, and then you have to do psychographic segmentation. When you have to do demographic segmentation, all you have to do is you have to look at the age, location, gender, income, education, marital status, occupation, and ethnic background, because these are the things that will give you more insights of understanding your target group or your target audience. You'll be able to know more about them. If you know more about them, you will be able to create better quality content for each of your target group. So that's the reason, first of all, you need to find out, because the behavior changes based on the age group, based on various different factors. Age is definitely one of them. Where they live matters a lot. So location, gender, income level as well, because you should know that whether that specific person would be able to afford your product or not, or the person who is affording your product falls under which income group. So you need to understand that, you need to define that, then only it will be easier for you to build a solid content strategy, or it will be easier for you to create content in a better way or in an effective way. Education, what they are studying, what they have studied, or what is their educational background. If you know about these things, it will be easier for you to communicate, it will be easier for you to create content for these people. Occupation and even ethnic background. And these are the things that you need to look at when it comes to demographic analysis or demographic segmentation. The second thing that you need to look at when you are creating a buyer persona or a target persona is the psychographic segmentation. Now, what you'll have to define in terms of psychographic segmentation, I'll explain in the next few minutes. In psychographic segmentation, you need to look at personality, what sort of personality that your target audience belong to, what sort of interest he carries, she carries, what sort of attitude he has, okay, hobbies, values, and lifestyle. These are the things that you need to look at when you are doing a psychographic analysis or psychographic segmentation. So let's say, for an example, you already have set of customers, you already have people who are buying your product, who are trying your product. All you have to do is do a survey, try and understand their likes, dislikes, their personality, their interest, their attitude, their hobbies, their values, what sort of things that they like, how's their lifestyle, and then accordingly and now once you know all these things, it will be easier for you to communicate to them on social media channels. It will become a piece of cake for you to build a solid content on social media channels. So once you have done the demographic and psychographic analysis, or psychographic or demographic segmentation, then you need to give this all these target personas a name. Let's say, for example, and how many number of target personas that you need to create? I would say 5 to 6 maximum. You should not start, if you are just starting off with your social media marketing, I would recommend just go with 4 5. Just try and understand all these brands, all these let's say all these target groups, and create content. Try and learn more from them. Try and understand whether they're liking your content or not. Keep listening to them, and then only move to targeting more people. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll have so many people that you want to target, and it will be really cluttered, and you won't be able to deliver, or you won't be able to do the justice. The next most important thing is, once you have done the demographic, psychographic analysis, and once you have given it a personality, you need to list down their pain points and the challenges that they face. Definitely, it should be in the context of your product. They might be having the world problem of the entire world, but you need to be focusing on the product that you are selling, the service that you are offering. So definitely, you are a business owner. You have a service that solves a specific problem. You have to understand what your target audience actually needs. What is their need? What exactly is their problem? If you can list down those challenges, those problem, it will become a piece of cake for you to communicate and sell them. If your product or service solves that problem, right? That would become a no-brainer essentially. So all you have to do is first list down the challenges and the problems, and then look at how your brand or a business can solve those problems. So you have to be, how you will build up the content strategy over there. You will be providing relevant information. You'll be giving them informative guides and blogs. You'll be giving them hacks and cheat sheets that they can make use of to solve their problems. You can give them explanatory videos. You can give them, you can talk to them through insightful podcasts. All these things you can always talk about when you know their problem. And unless until you don't know their problems, unless until how exactly you're going to address them. So the first thing is, listing down their pain points, understanding their behavior, their psychography, their, how they behave and everything. And at the same time, you need to list down their challenges and pains, and then create content accordingly. This is just the first step in this content strategy framework. I have got 5 points. I'm just discussing the first point, which is defining a solid target persona or creating the solid target audience. Because if you don't have this, then you won't be able to create good content on social media channels. So let's move to the next part of this video. The first step that we have already covered is about creating a solid target persona that will help you to create your content easily in an effective way, and that will solve the half of your problem, although we are just at the first step or first point in today's discussion. So the second thing is, so first you have defined who are you going to sell to, then you need to define, what do you want to achieve. Okay, so when I say what do you want to achieve, you need to understand the overall consumer journey. So from the day one, you cannot just go and sell. You need to understand the behavior of people on social media channels. They are not there to buy something. They are not there to just see your ad. Okay, amazing. I'll just simply buy that. That may happen, but that's not the usual case. You need to understand that if I go on social media channels, or if you go on social media channels, why do you go there? What do you actually expect when you go to social media channels? You are going there on social media channels because you want to connect either with your family, with your colleagues. You want to look at what's happening with your old friends and stuff like that, or you are there for the just sake of entertainment. You don't go on social media channels just to buy something, right? You don't do that, and nobody does that. So definitely your target audience is not sitting over there just to you will come and you will just simply sell them something and they'll buy. It's not going to happen that way. So you need to understand that there is a consumer journey that you need to follow, from starting from building awareness to building that intent to buy your product, and then finally making them believe in your product and taking a decision, and then building loyalty amongst your customers. So you need to follow these 4 things: Awareness, intent, decision, and loyalty. And how exactly you're going to build that? That as well I'll give you in a very simple steps. What sort of things that you need to talk about. Now, when you have to create an awareness, the simple thing is just go out and tell people why do you exist. Or at least let them know that you exist, and then you start to share your story, the story behind why did you started your business, why did you start doing all these things, why did you get into it. That would be the best way to start the conversation or start the communication, because why of your story is always very very strong, and you can always be there and you can just go and tell them that you exist and you are there. When you have to build an intent, and these are just simple things, where when you have to create awareness about a product, you can talk more about the product, why that product started and how it is relevant and how it can help other people. So these are the things that you can talk about in the awareness phase. When it comes to the intent, you can talk about how you have helped others. I mean, now they know about your product, that now they know that it helps them as well, now they know that it solves a problem, but they will need to know more about it. So you have to build that intent amongst them to buy your product or to consider your product to buy. So that to build that intention, you need to give them some more reasons to believe, and that can come from when they look at other people, if they have tried already, if they can see other people are already using that. So you need to tell them that how you have helped others, what people are talking about you, what other people they have used your product or services, what they're talking about you, how better you are from the competitors, because definitely there are hundreds of other competitors of whatever industry. If you are unique, if you are the first mover, definitely you have the first mover advantage. That's a different story altogether. But when it comes to competition, you can always compare that why you are better. So in the awareness phase, you will just simply tell them, make them feel that you exist and why do you exist, why it is relevant to them, why they're seeing your ads. These are the things that you need to consider while creating content about awareness. Then when you are creating content to build an intention, you need to give them more value, more reasons to believe in your product. And when it comes to decision making, you need to show them the impact of using the product. Somebody has used the product or the service and how it has impacted their life or their business or their services or whatever it is. Wherever, whichever sector or industry that your product fits in, you need to show them the impact of your product. Then they believe it more, and then they finally click on the buy button. So that's what you need to do when it comes to driving your people from awareness towards decision. Then if you have a money back guarantee, and if your sales team is amazing, if your support team is amazing, if you have offers and discounts running, these are the things that you can always talk about when it comes to decision making. So if you want to influence their decision, you can always create a scarcity of you are running an offer, you have this and that. Let's say for example, you have a specific deal that you are giving specifically for a target group, and you can create that. You can give a specific deal for a specific community or a group of people, so that they feel that you are valuing them, and when they feel valued, they automatically start to believe in your product or your services. So these are the things that you need to look at when you are creating the overall content strategy. And when it comes to loyalty, you need to just be there. If they're complaining about it, if they're giving a feedback, if they're talking about anything about your product, you need to be there and acknowledge that. The first thing is acknowledging your customers' comments and queries on social media channels. If you won't be acknowledging them, they will feel left alone. So don't make them feel left alone. Let them know that you are there, you are helping them out, and go over the board. I mean, when it comes to loyalty, you can create handbooks, you can create guides, you can create videos that can help them to use your product which you have already sold to them, but it will help them to understand your product more and believe in your product more, so that they become loyal customers, and they at the end of the day they become your fans, and they start to promote your product. So that's where we need to take them, from a stranger to a raving fan. That's what your target should be. That's what you should be looking at while creating the overall content strategy. So when it comes to building loyalty, you need to be creating content that will help people to maximize usage of your services or your products. Look at how amazing HubSpot or Kajabi or any of these online product tools that they have created. They have created amazing libraries of the content, videos and ebooks and PDFs and whatnot that will help you to use their products. So that's the best way to build loyalty with your existing customers. And at the same time attract more, because that would call up for more customers as well. So these are the things that you need to look at from starting up, creating awareness. You need to share your story. Why do you exist? How you're relevant, and the story behind your existence essentially, and how you're relevant to your target audience, what exactly you're offering. These are the things that you need to talk about when it comes to awareness, when it comes to uh, uh, getting them to buy your product, creating that intent amongst them, creating that intention to buy, giving them more reasons to believe. You need to show how you have helped others. You need to let people talk about your product, have some testimonials, and then compare your products with other products as well. Show them why you're better than the others, why you are better than the rest. You can then, when it comes to decision making, you can talk about how impactful your product is and what is the impact of a person's life or business, or whichever sector that your product fits in. So wherever you have helped, you need to show that impact. You need to show those in numbers or in the actual results. So that's how you can make them believe in your product more. Then give them some money back guarantee, give them a trial offer. There could be hundreds of ways to just let people try your product and believe it in more. If your product or service is good, they will definitely buy it. And finally, you have loyalty. To build loyalty, you need to be creating content to help your people to maximize the usage of your products or services. That's it. And always acknowledge whenever they have a feedback. Try to provide them solutions whenever they have a query, or whenever they are going to whenever they have a complaint about your product. So try to help them out. Be available. Have a chat system, have a ticketing system on your platform, and always be available on your social media channels, so that when people are asking questions, you are there to answer them. All right. So now we have reached to the third step. Now, the later steps or the later points won't take much time. The first two are very, very important, so we have given most of our time on those points. Now these points will help you to flourish whatever you have learned so far, or whatever you have been projecting, or whatever you have been planning so far. It would help you to maximize that. So the third thing that you need to do is always share whatever your customers are interested in or looking for. So the first thing that you need to do in this step is understand what your customers are looking for. And how you will do that, here are the steps that you need to follow. So the first step that you have already taken, you have already created a target persona, and you have already created a lot of personas, 5 to 6 personas I should say. And you need to look back, you need to look at what they like, dislike, and what are their pain points. As I've already communicated earlier, you need to be looking at that. It will give you more ideas to create content. It will give you more avenues to target these people and better ways of connecting meaningfully with these people. So that's what you need to be looking at. Now, target personas is one in this. Then the second thing, how you learn more about it, is the Google Analytics. Look at the analytics of your website, from where the customers are coming, what exactly they are searching on your website, what are they more interested in, which pages they visit more, which pages they spend more time on. Then create content accordingly, not just for social media channels, but for even your website, blogs, and whatever communication channels that you have. Create content based on these studies and these parameters, because you need to know more about your audience. The more you learn about your audience, the more you know them, it will become a piece of cake for you to do marketing. Because as I always say, digital marketing overall is very, very simple. All you have to do is drive the relevant or right target audience to your website or your social media pages, and give them the right communication and convert them. That's it. That's what the social media marketing or digital marketing is all about. Now, how you will learn more about your customers? You need to have a CRM system or an evolved marketing platform. like HubSpot, like you can also go with Zoho, you can also go with Lead Square. There are hundreds of platforms out there. You need to build the lead intelligence. When I say lead intelligence, whichever traffic is coming on your website, where they spend more time on, what sort of communication they had earlier with your executives, in your chat box, what, so you need to learn more about them. The more you will learn about your target group, the more you will learn about your target personas, you will be able to create the right content. So if they're interested in XYZ, you talk about XYZ. If they're interested in ABC, you talk about ABC. And if they're interested in ABC, you're talking about XYZ, definitely there is a mismatch and it is not going to work for you. So that you need to look into. So that's what is very, very crucial and very, very important. The next thing that you need to look at, keep a track of Google Trends. Why Google Trends? Because you need to be having a bigger vision or a longer vision, not just a short-term vision of just capturing these people who are your target groups or target personas. Always keep a look at what is trending in your industry and create content accordingly, so that you are not limiting yourself and you are looking at the overall picture of the industry, and you keep talking about that and you keep building your vision and improving that, so that in the longer run you have something great with you. Second thing, the next thing that you have to look at is use forums. Go to forums, Quora, Medium, where people are sharing their opinion or asking questions. Opinion sharing websites will give you opinions about people of people about your product or about specific industry that you are in. So you need to grab that intelligence, you need to grab that knowledge, and you need to understand that, consume more, know more of your audience, and you will win. Social media game is very simple. The more you know your audience, the better you are, the better marketer you are. So you need to be looking at that. So when you go to Quora, what people are asking about your specific product or your industry, just simply try and create content to answer those questions or answer those queries. And that's how, and at the same time, you can just simply go there on Quora itself. You can communicate with these people. So these are the direct leads that you have sitting over there. If you can solve their problem, they'll become your customers. That's how you need to look at. Next thing that you need to do is you can also make use of tools like Answer the Public. Now Answer the Public will create a combination and permutation and combination of the keywords, and in specific area it will give you a list of keywords with the permutation and combination with that keyword, and based on the search results as well, or the search queries as well, and search engine result pages. So multiple queries. Let's say for an example, I'm talking about digital marketing. So digital marketing in UAE or digital marketing in India. When I put in digital marketing for India, it will give me, can digital marketing help me? Can digital marketing? So what people are talking about, basically, what are the searches happening? So that is one way of, just looking at what people are talking about. It will give you an overall picture of, so it becomes easier. You just jump onto those pointers, you create content for those, and it becomes very simple for you to build the right content that your target audience is looking for. Next thing that you need to look at is very, very important tool, which is Google AdWords. Now Google AdWords make use of keyword planner. Always keep looking at, because let's say for example, if you're a local business, now for a local business you need to be looking at what people are searching locally. Go to keywords planner, put in the keywords, give your geography, your city essentially, because city wise you will get the data. Put your city, put your keywords, it will give you the suggested keywords and the volume history as well. So how many people are searching for each and every keywords, you will get to know. You will also get some suggested keywords, so what is the strength people are asking about, how many people are asking about, and what exactly they are querying, what exactly they are hitting in Google. Then you take that intelligence, you take that data and create content for that. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's very, very simple. It's very, very easy to create content, and content strategy becomes very, very simple if you look at all these aspects. So no more, you need to learn more about your audience. Try and get as much information as possible. They say, when you want to learn something right, or when you want to get the right information, you have to unlearn the wrong information. So the first thing that you need to unlearn over here is social media is not a selling platform. I always keep talking about it. You need to consider social as more social and less media. because if you treat social, even if you run ads over there, if you use it as a media platform, that's fine, but your communication should be more social, because nobody goes on social media platforms to buy stuff. That has always been there. So stop considering social media. So the fourth point is, very very important: stop considering social media as a selling platform. Social media is not at all about selling. So then what? People see a lot of marketing messages every day. They're simply bored of what they see online. They simply ignore, and they keep scrolling up and down. They don't give a shit about whatever you're talking. So to be relevant and to create value, to give value, you need to be having the solid content that people are interested in. So that's what you need to be creating. So look at creating content that can engage and entertain your audience. That's what you need to be looking at. Because if you are not creating content which is engaging or entertaining, they'll just simply pass and they'll move on. So either it is engaging or it is entertaining, people will stay with your content, even if you are a B2B business or a B2B brand. So that's what happens. So three most important things when it comes to social media. There are three most important reasons a person would look at your content, or a person will engage with your content. So that's what you need to master. Three important points. Please make a note of this. All right. So in these 3 points, the first point is, it makes them hooked to your platform. It entertains them. It either entertains them or makes them hooked for whatever reason. Look at how TikTok does. I mean, if you look at the creators on TikTok, once people, those who are using TikTok, they just get hooked to the platform. They keep getting engaged with the content that is coming on their feed. So unless until your content is entertaining or making people hooked to the platform, you are not going to engage with them. So this is one of the very crucial factors. So either this or the other two. So the second one is, it helps them to solve a problem, or it educates them to learn something new. So that's that. So the first thing is, either entertains them and gets them hooked to the platform, or the second thing is, it educates them or solves a problem. That's as simple as that. So when you're creating a content, you need to be looking at these three important things. First, either it should be entertaining or engaging enough to make them people hooked, or it should be educating and solving a problem. What is the third one? It should inspire them. I mean, it should be able to inspire someone to take an action, or it should be able to inspire someone to consider that he can do something great in his life, or he should be inspired to to relate to a lifestyle that you are selling. So it could be about anything, or the product that you are selling. So either of these three things, then only social media, then only people will engage on social media channels. That's very 101 of social media marketing. These are the three things that you need to look at while creating your content. So either entertaining, educating, or inspiring. Either of them. Whenever you're creating any piece of content, always try and look. If it is mix of all these three, amazing. If it is mix of two, great. If it is just one, fine, still works. So this is what this is when you're creating a content, you need to be looking at that. And we are talking about social media is not about a selling platform. It's a platform where people come to engage with their family, friends, look up to what's happening around the world. So that's the reason you need to be creating content more cautiously, creating content that delivers value. Okay, if you're aware of a personality called Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary is an American entrepreneur. He runs a company called VaynerMedia. He has written amazing New York Times bestsellers. So I love all of his books, starting from Crush It to Crushing It now, and so it's all of their books are amazing. One of his amazing books is called Jab Jab Jab, the Right Hook. Although it was launched in years back. I mean I don't believe that usually things stay true for so long. But this book stands true even for today. Why I'm saying that is because it gives you a simple strategy to work on social media channels. So as you are in a boxing ring, you keep talking, how do you behave? You do more of jabs, then you do the hook. Okay, so you do the jab, and then you find the right moment to do the hook. And that's what you do. So jab, the right hook. So that's what social media is all about. So all these jabs are community and engagement. So you keep creating content, keep sharing content that your community likes, that your people like, that your audience like, and keep engaging with them, entertaining with them, be there when they need. And the hook is asking them to take an action, be it signing up for a newsletter, or asking them to watch a video, or asking them to go to your website, or asking them to buy. It could be anything but asking your community to take an action. And that's how you define your social media marketing strategy. So consider social media not as a selling platform, but as a social platform where you want to engage with people. Try to give personality to your brand or business. Even if it is a very hardcore specific business, you need to give it a personality, and you need to talk like a human on social media channels. So many things discussed, so many things learned. If you will not put it all together in a proper manner, in a proper framework, it is not going to help you. So the fifth and the most important thing is organize your entire social media strategy, your entire social media content strategy. If you won't organize this, it will not help you. So, to organize this, I'll give you simple steps to follow. The first thing is, based on the objectives that you have created, based on the target audience that you have created, now simply create content pillars, be it for product reviews or testimonials, or interviews, or product comparisons, or engaging or entertaining content, or topical content, because that as well is very, very important. So you just simply define your content pillars, and then it becomes easier for you to manage. Okay, because once you have the content pillars, I'll tell you what next needs to be done. The next thing that you have to do is you need to put up everything in a proper timeline, because as I said earlier as well, when you're defining your objectives, you need to give a timeline, because unless until you'll give that give timeline to your objectives, you are not going to achieve anything out of it. So say for an example, for this month and second month, we will be creating awareness about our products and services. So when I have awareness in my mind, I will consider all those content pillars that talk about my product, the why and the philosophy of my company, and the reason we exist and the relevance with the target audience. These are the things that we are going to talk about. Okay, so I have a clarity on what to be created for the next 2 months. Then after that 2 months, I'll be having a further clarity of what I'll be creating and what I'll be talking about. So at least have a 6 months picture, so that it becomes easier for you to manage things in a better way. Now, when you have the next important thing that you need to keep in your mind is have a 6 months plan. If you don't have a 6 months plan, it would become really very difficult for you. Okay, now break down these activities, your objectives, into monthly calendars or monthly plans. Now how you will do the monthly plan is very easy. Divide your entire month into 4 weeks, and all those 4 weeks divide into various days where you'll be putting up the content. So if somebody has told you, put 3 content a day and XYZ number of posts a day, just forget about everything else. Just listen to me right now, because if you're a business owner, you will lose out to just burning yourself creating content and nothing will happen. If you want to get some good results in terms of numbers, at the same time being relevant, at the same time being engaging and creative, don't ruin yourself by creating so much of content. You don't need that. You don't have to create that. Just simply be relevant and create engaging, entertaining, and educating content, inspiring content that helps people to solve their problems. So you need to be deciding the days of the week where you'll be creating the content. Okay, once you have divided the entire month into 4 weeks, now you have divided your week into days. Now for each of these days, put up your objective, your TG, and the content pillar. Don't write anything right now. Don't think of an idea. Just do it for the entire 6 months. So 6 months calendar is ready. You have the objective, TG, and date, and content pillar for each and every date for the next 6 months. So imagine how simple it would become for you to think, and how simple it would become to follow up and see what is happening, and see whether it is working out for you or not. So that's how you need to simplify yourself. Now for the first month, then you start to create your marketing monthly calendar, and that calendar will have XYZ number of posts. I would say, let's say 12 to 16 to 14 to 20 posts you have for a month. So 3 to 4 posts a week, and that's how you define it, and based on the objectives, target group, and always fuel your content with topical content and trending topics. Topical and trending topics are very, very important when it comes to social media marketing. If you leave them, you will not be able to be relevant. So if you want to be more relevant, you need to be looking at the topical and trending topics. Now, to organize yourself further, because once you're going live, it's not just about sharing content, it's about listening to your audience. It's about knowing them, what they're interested in, what they want, and what are their complaints and XYZ. First thing that you should do is create an FAQ, frequently asked questions, prepare answers, whatever that comes in your mind for your product or services. If you already have it for your website, great. Let's use that for social media as well. Try and just make sure that it is more personalized, so that, because on social media channels it is one-to-one communication that is going to happen. So it's always good that you have that communication in more personalized way. Okay, so you have the FAQs. When somebody asks a question, you'll just simply jump to those FAQs, you'll simply reply back. Okay, so it will make it easier for you. Make use of tools like Hootsuite, so that you can schedule whatever you have already planned. And if you, if you're not a designer, because I've already only spoken about creating content. So a content will have an image or a video and a caption and an image copy or a video copy, all these things. So if you're not a content writer, hire someone who can write it for you. If you're not a graphic designer, hire someone who can design it for you. If you're not a videographer, hire someone who can do the videos for you. So it's very simple one, but the strategy should be yours. If you are the brand owner, if you're the brand manager, if you are the business owner, you need to be driving your entire thing. So FAQs and then scheduling the content. That's it. We're done. Alright, I've spoken for so long. Honestly speaking, I'm losing my track. Although I have, in the background, I've put up the mind map to consider this entire conversation. So if you would see that, I'm looking here and there, I think I'm actually looking at the mind map that I've created. I've put it up in my TV at the back of this camera. So this mind map I'll share in the link, so it will help you to just walk you through step by step. If you want, you can just simply listen to this video and look at the mind map pointers that I'll be talking about. So I have, based on that entire mind map, I have spoken about 5 different points today. I've already discussed about it, starting from your TG to your objectives, then creating content for sharing only what people are interested in, not considering social media as a selling platform, and then organizing things in a proper way. If you'll follow all these things, you will definitely create amazing content that is relevant, that will deliver value, and that will help you to achieve your goals and results. This is a killer content strategy. I should tell you that you might have seen it somewhere, or you might have not seen somewhere, but honestly speaking, I've been working with a lot of brands for years now. I've worked with big brands, small companies. It works if you plan things properly. It would only work if you plan out things properly. I always believe in strategizing first and then executing, then just simply going and executing. I'm not against going out there, doing something and trying out things. You should always try out things. Speed is also very crucial, and actually very important when it comes to social media channels. But if you'll have a proper strategy, you will be able to achieve your business goals and business objectives. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're watching till this end, I know this has been a really very long video, but thank you so much. If you find it valuable, please like it and share it. Share it with your community, so that it will help me, it will motivate me essentially to make more and more such videos. And if you liked it, definitely put it in the comment section that you like my content that I'm creating right now. And definitely I will try to be more regular and more frequent when it comes to video creations. Honestly speaking, this is not something that I have still not considered this doing as a regular activity, but I will try my level best to do it. So thank you so much for watching. Once again, subscribe to my YouTube if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're watching it on Facebook, please like my page. Thank you so much once again. Take care. Stay blessed.